Okay, everyone, hello and welcome to today's video. As you guys can see, I am in a new room, not your usual background. I actually moved out into a new apartment, which is part of what I want to talk about today, a manifestation success story. So I'm super excited to share this story with you guys. I'm actually here, I'm in a new place. Um, so Really excited to share with you guys. I just moved into a new apartment. Also, I have another, success story. I'm pretty much just gonna bunch it all up into this video today. Today's Friday. I had a couple extra hours to just, get my place set up and produce some new content. Um, so I just set up my whole music production and um, podcast video area this morning, and I just wanted to test it out. I said, hey, might as well just make a video for the channel. So I'm so happy that you guys found the video, that you guys are watching, and again, so thankful and grateful for the subscribers and supporters and all the different people that have been emailing me, showing me that your appreciation and support, as well as in the comments and everything like that. If you've had questions and I didn't respond, um, I am going to go back and try to make sure that I, answer all your guys' questions. I've just been super busy recently. So thank you guys again so much. This video is going to be a little bit more casual. I just want to share a couple stories, a couple things that have been going on in my life with my manifestation successes, and yeah, just have a little dialogue on that. So thank you so much for joining me. So as you guys can see, like I said, I'm in a new place, and just a little background on where I was living before. I was actually living at my family's house before. That's where I was making my videos. So as you guys know, I went to college in San Diego, and went and did the whole manifestation study abroad in New Zealand thing, and then came back to San Diego, graduated. Then after graduating, I came back up to LA, moved back into my family's house. I was working for a year as an accountant, and then after that year, I actually shifted my job into Hollywood, basically, working in the freelance in the production and film industry. And on top of that, I was helping manage my family's business. And I was living at home, and then the pandemic hit and everything. And, I was eager to find a new place, find an apartment, a space that I could call my own. And so I went ahead and started to do some visualizations where I'd imagine myself when I was sleeping um, at my family's house. I would imagine myself some nights going to bed, closing my eyes, and I got this from Neville Goddard lectures, um, and basically what I would do is when I'd go to bed, I'd imagine that I was going to bed in a bed that's in my own apartment or my own house, my own place, and I'd fall asleep as though I were in my, my own apartment, my own place. And I did that for a couple nights, and I kind of felt the satisfaction of going to bed in my own place. And so the sequence of events that took place from there is who I consider my good friend, my creative partner. I'm engaged in a lot of musical projects with him. For those of you who don't know, I actually play music as well. I produce music. Um, so me and my friend, we create a lot together. We just came out with a couple albums actually, and he was also living in his family's home, and he was saying, yeah, I'm ready to move out as well. So we began the search just a couple months ago, really. Getting back out there looking for places. I don't even think it was a couple months. It might have just been like a month ago, now that I think about it. But this place that we're in right now was the second place that we looked at, and it was pretty much everything that we wanted. We have good sized bedrooms, a nice living room, nice size kitchen. Um, we have, and the location of this place is beautiful. We're just 5 minutes walking distance from the beach, so we got the ocean breeze rolling in. And this building itself is located at the end of the cul-de-sac, so it's super quiet here. Like, I don't hear anybody. So when we saw this place and we viewed it, immediately we both wanted this place. So um, we applied. And funny enough, during that application process, I was making that the video series that I just released. It was a 3-part series called How to Manifest Something Big. And the first exercise that I shared with you guys is to create a list of 70 items. So the exercise was to create a list of 10 items per day, of things that you wanted to manifest that would be really, special, really big, cool things that you wanted to manifest. So I was going ahead and I was doing that exercise alongside you guys. And that kind of coincided with this exercise of with the application process. So I wrote down on my list that I am living, in this apartment, and it manifested. So it's just the power of um, writing things down as if they are done, and sort of believing that they're already done, believing that you already have it. The whole process happened very quickly. Like I said, that um, in addition to doing the visualization exercise, and at that time, that one of those nights, actually, I did an exercise where I imagined me and my friend, now roommate Kevin, and my creative partner Kevin. I imagined me and him being in the living room of that apartment, and I imagine a quick little scene where I was going to my room and saying goodnight to him. And I heard him say goodnight, and then I went into my room, walked into my bed, and fell asleep. And I imagined that scene, and it must have just been like a few days after we applied, where, uh, you know, we were informed that we were like being considered to get the place. And we provided a couple references, and I believe it was a day or two later that the realtor let us know that we got the place, it was ours. So everything worked out very quickly, very fast. It all happened effortlessly, and that's just how it is when you know how to manifest, and when you believe that you already have what you desire. It just happens so quickly, so effortlessly, and so beautifully. So here I am. That was my success story for the apartment. I'm probably gonna put. I'm looking at the camera now. I'm probably gonna put like a tapestry on that back wall or something. And I don't know if this is gonna be the final configuration. I might put the desk over there. I don't know. We'll see. But super cool stuff, guys. So, if for those of you who are looking to, move out to a new place or something like that, like, you can try that. Try that. Fall asleep in your new place tonight. Don't fall asleep in your current place. Mentally fall asleep in the place that you want to be living in. And you'll find that things happen fairly quickly when you really do this right, and all the way, you go all the way in. So that was the first story that I want to share with you guys. And another thing that's happened, another story I wanted to share with you guys is actually has to do with my one of my bands, one of my creative projects that I'm engaged in. And this is a band. We're called Fusion Flow, and we kind of just got the ball rolling with making our music public, and producing studio albums. And we just recorded and produced our first studio album, and we wanted to have a album release show for to celebrate. And a big thing for us is for our band, and all of us, is to create a community of people together, bring them together, put these shows on, bring the community together, play music and just have a good time and celebrate life. So we had we had an idea to put on an album release show just close by over here in Venice Beach at a venue. And so again, this was coinciding with the How to Manifest Something Big video series that I was putting out. And so while I was doing the listing exercise that first week, I wrote down that we have, I think I should get my journal out, but it said something along the lines of, we had a fully packed show for our album release show. And it was a very successful show. I wrote down something along the lines of that. And so what ended up happening is I visualized a very brief, and I find now that I can visualize things. It does not take long. Once you get better at this, you only need to visualize something for sometimes it only takes like 10 seconds. You just have to see it clearly, the end result, the end scene. You just have to see it clearly to the point where you feel like, okay, there it is. There's the reality. I see it and I accept it. And that's exactly what I did. So after writing that down during the listing exercise, that we have a fully packed show at the album release party and it's a successful show, everyone had fun, we created a lot of memories and brought the community together. I wrote that down, and what ended up happening is I did a visualization right after writing that down, where I imagined myself on stage. And in this project, I played the synthesizers, the keys. So I imagined myself with the keys in front of me, and I imagined myself on stage. I looked up, and I saw the place packed to the back of the venue. Okay. And I felt the feeling of fulfillment, the feeling of fullness that came along with having, being here at the album release show, having a fully booked venue, and everyone was having a great time. We brought the community together. So I did that visualization and it only really did it for like 10, 15 seconds till I felt the feeling of the fulfillment of, wow, we have a packed show. And I dropped it. And to be honest, I did not do, in fact, I didn't really do any marketing for this show, because I was so, you don't really have to do much when you do manifestation. When you learn how to do this stuff, other people are going to move for you. If I felt moved to do something and market it and do stuff like that, then I would have done it. But in all honesty, I didn't feel like the need to do that. So we came to the day of the show, and there was 3 acts performing. We organized the show actually, and 3 acts were performing, and the first act went on, and the first act drew a bit of a crowd. The place was probably at a quarter capacity, and we were the second act to go on because it was a Wednesday night, and we wanted to play at a time where people could still come and see us, and not have to go home too late for work the next day. So we performed at 9 p.m. as the second act, and then we were taking some time to set up and all that. And as I was setting up and as we were getting everything, ready, I just noticed, more and more people were flooding into the venue. I saw a lot of friends of friends, just a lot of different people coming in to watch the show. By the time we took the stage, and we played our first song, and by the end of the first song, I look out on the stage, looking at my keyboards, look up, and I see the venue's packed all the way to the back of the venue. exactly how I saw it in my mind almost. It was almost very eerie how close the vision was to the reality of what actually happened. So the place was fully packed, and the energy in that venue, the show altogether was amazing. It was an amazing show. It was very fun. Um, we succeeded in bringing the community together, playing our music live for, um, the first time in a very long time, and promoting the album and all that stuff. So, yeah, guys, it was another manifestation in the books for sure. So, just powerful stuff here. If you guys did that exercise, go ahead, comment in those videos and let me know, like, if you successfully manifested things. you know, just gets to the point where you only need to visualize things for 10, 15 seconds, feel the fulfillment of that thing, and it will happen. You don't have to work on it anymore. Like, as long as you have cleared all your blockages, you've accepted your desired reality, and you can clearly see it in your head, like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna manifest, and that's how beautiful this stuff is. The universe will work for you. So that's just two stories I wanted to share with you guys very quickly. Um, as you can see, like, got a new apartment. I got a new nice microphone. And I want to go ahead and make, some of these longer format videos for you guys, where I kind of just open up about my manifestation successes and failures. But the cool stuff that's happening in my life, a lot of cool new stuff is happening in my life right now. So it's a beautiful thing, this manifestation stuff. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about today. Just share with you guys that story. Thank you guys so much to the new subscribers and everyone who continues to show your support for the channel. Again, I just want to create a community where we can talk about this stuff, because I know, maybe in your day-to-day life, this is not something that you can really openly talk about with the people around you. So that's why the internet's beautiful. We can all kind of come together and talk about these ideas, improve our lives, learn how to live by the law of assumption, the law of imagination. And once you guys really start to grasp this stuff, you'll find that you're just 2 steps ahead of people that really don't know this. You really see that you are the one who is creating your reality. You look at your reality as a blank canvas, and you can do whatever you want to do. It's really, your only limitation is your imagination and the ideas that you can think of. So think about the biggest ideas that you can think about, and continue on this path. If for those of you who didn't yet watch the How to Manifest Something Big series, it's a 3-part series. I just released it on the YouTube channel. Go ahead and watch that that series. I think if you don't know where to start, I think that's a very good starting point. Just listing out those 10 things you'd like to manifest every day for a week, that in and of itself will probably manifest a lot of things for you. And then doing the journaling exercise that I recommend in part 2, very powerful practice to get into the mindset of you already having what you want. And then part 3, I recommend to you guys a very simple, standard sort of visualization exercise that I use, and it works. I can attest to you guys that it works. So, from my own personal experience. Okay, so you have someone here who has tried it and tested it and used it. I recommend that you guys go ahead and try it, test it, and use it. If it doesn't work for you, keep testing other things. So thank you guys again so much. And if this was your first video, your first time watching me, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, the notification bell. Again, I talk about really my own successes using, the law of assumption, the law of imagination. I talk about how our imagination creates our reality, how to expand our mind, and I want to start sharing more and more these stories with you guys. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good weekend. Bye.